what even led me to that, but right now, my brain froze. I've probably been speaking too long on that anyways. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, but they want us out here, man. Just think, if the streets were clean, like they need that revolving door. They need a revolving door. Junkies, that's why they're not really liking too many junkies up now. I mean, they're fucking letting them participate in this program. It kind of kills two birds with one stone. Because when they couldn't smoke dope and it was illegal, that psychological process had them paranoid. They would fucking buy it to fear. But now, they're building up all these places. People, you going to letting the junkies and shit do this shit. Some people have a pause button or a break button. Like some people go full blast. All those days of no sleep, all those days of no eating, and you're not taking no breaks from it, even from the psychological breaks of fucking police or you're not comfortable with what you want to, but now fucking you do it like a king. You do it all in front of you and shit. So now you just fucking do it till your fucking heart blows up because you can do it. And that psychological part of knowing you can do it, that's gonna make you do more. Just because you can. And these motherfuckers out here blowing their hearts. Taking bad fucking heroin fucking shots to the fucking men and shit, ending up with big ass fucking arms looking like candles and shit. A lot of that shit going, like you see a lot of fucking people fucking swords like cantaloupes in their fucking arms and pus just fucking coming out. That shit you never seen. You never seen that. You would see it, but like, just some random shit. Somebody with a fucking, whatever they call it. They be like, oh, what happened?
Right, Nero Control, AI Mind, MK Ultra. Tons of interesting information.
That shit's common.
The human, mankind's being mind controlled. AI technology. Even more.
Exactly what they
Side.
But if I was to tell everybody that, if I was to go to every one of those fucking youth,
a screen share.
They'll look at me like I'm crazy, man, and think I'm fucking something. I'm in some conspiracy theories type shit.
This is fact.
This is probably Operation something. They probably have this very fucking shit, but letting them fucking druggies do the drugs and shit.
Unfortunately, some people don't realise when you dig into neurotechnology company developing implantable brain-machine interfaces, BMIS, founded by Elon Musk. When you dig into his history, then his mother's history, then her mother's family history, okay, it links to the bloodline families. 13 bloodline families control the world. The Illuminati, due its Freemasonry history to date, the bloodline family, it doesn't just become a neuroscientist. It doesn't just, I mean, his family, his brothers, his cousins, all have a stake, not just in the company called Nero Link, private brain-computer interface neuroprosthetics, right? Founded in July 2016, 5 years ago. Okay, so Neuralink.com portrays as something positive, and a Wikipedia page, one can easily research. So by July 2019, it had received 158 million in funding, of which 100 million was from Musk. Where did he find his funding from in the first place? It was, how did he fund PayPal? How did he fund all the, when I looked into OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research laboratory consisting of a profit corporation, OpenLP, and its parent company. The company considered a competitor, DeepMind, constructs research in the field of AI. Why do you think target individuals are subjected to testing on them? This is all to do with the future of mankind, to create the ultimate endless life forever for the globalist elites, eugenics. So the pros and technology and the contents of all this. So I'm going to do a screen share. This is what it's about. I might not have spelt that right, but this is what they have been doing. And where did they get all this technology in history? Back in history, I'm talking about, to date. They don't just come up overnight with all this. It's not just from the mindset and design of Elon Musk. No, he's the front man. Right, here's the, I found a couple of videos. First of all, you need to go and do some history. It's not just about curing brain diseases that's portrayed in the mainstream narrative. Okay. You want to research, as I said, the history. Okay. There's building, and he's got his cousins, his relatives, who owns these other companies. They're all entwined together. Then the digging, I mean, it's just really unbelievable when you find it. I'm going to first do a basic search on him. And then, okay, so let's go to the early life section. And then you'll link up. But nothing is friendly about artificial intelligence. Okay, the company. So let's go into his family. Right, we'll go into his children and family. Right, first of all, we're going into the mother. Right. Then you go into her earlier life, the family life. Then you dig further into her background. Okay. Her parents were basically amateur archaeologists, where they went over to look, and they went to the world travelling in 1952 for over 10 years, and looking in the desert for velocity of, a bit like velocity of the arc, or these films you see sometimes, and apparently they were famous. Okay, so she was one of the kids, and as a young woman she got into, in 1969 became South African, the competition for Beauty Queen. But in the 70s she married Elon Musk, a South African engineer. She met in high school. They had 3 kids. Now, what I found out by the brother of Elon Musk, the African restaurant entrepreneur, he's got connections with shares in the AI, and Elon Musk keep it in the family. Then you go into this individual, female, sister. She's also executive producer and director of feature films, TV programs, web content in the media. Now she's named, the mother of Elon Musk named Elon after her American grandfather, and this is what you want to dig up. John Allen Helder Herman, HLDERMON, born in America. May earned a master's degree in diet. There you go. Treating diseases with malnutrition, just basic stuff. But you really want to look into that, or to do an independent search on this, because there's no direct link. Then his Elon Musk's mum divorced in 1979, and then 2 years later, Elon Musk decided to leave and live and go to Canada and join his father. And then his brother joined him 4 years later. And then 6 months later, the sister moved over to Canada with her daughter. So they eventually moved with her daughter. So Christine Fleming, Elon Musk's model mum. We have to wait for her model. So there's a post from 2016. Later in life, her model career in Canada, and it goes into about that, and the ads and things she does. But she became CoverGirl's oldest spokesmodel. You don't get ahead because her connections, the mother's connections, it goes really deep in past to the 800s and 1900s, and there's a lot of independent references. I would stick off on searching on links, but to stick to the past, and you'll see he was bred into his, his mother, her parents on the mother side, on the female line, genealogy, was connections with royalty, and it goes deeper than that. So there you go, that one. We'll go back to company. Why am I sharing this? Well, obviously, it is important to know what you're dealing with. The Jewett Society, the Satanist, in history to date. Yeah. And then, of course, there's a lot more involved. You know, changing the human DNA for transhumanism technology into our bodies. Okay. Alright. Let's go back to where I was. So when you do some more digging and find PDF documents, and connecting your smartphone, connecting the IOB, connecting everything AI to the human body. Okay, so all data. Let's see if it comes up. It's starting to. 37 pages, I won't go through it all, but it's just a document. But I found an archive by chance. This is what it's all going. Cryptocurrency, linking economic Look how they hack me. Powers that be don't know I'm sharing the truth. So, as I said, the whole excuse me, just in case I get hacked again, everything's linked to this figure 1 document 1 IOB samples. Everything is connected. Everything about the human body, inside and out, will be linked up, even babies, to the internet connected scale, internet connected toilet, internet health records. So where do you think they get all this advancing comment? Doesn't happen overnight. So would okay. Back to the page. Go back again. So go back up and then here it is. So let's go on to the website and look how they're promoting it. Marking it. So locations. What do you think they're testing? Frequencies. Interfacing with the brain. So why do they hit at the back of the brain? It's where they want to put the AI Nero Link computer to do the actual implants. So the new implant that will let you control a computer or mobile device anywhere you go. Okay, so if you want to look into it, oh, that's pretty good, I don't mind. You want to know what the implications are down the line. Sealed implant device processes symbolise and transmission neural signals due about histroy and powers that be, demonic entities, you know, people are waking up to the truth. They know what's behind this. It's not just what it's portrayed in mainstream media. Nero Link is more than there are 86 billion neurons in your brain, so why mess with them? It is demonic. Electrical signals is a natural part of the human body. The makeup of the body. They elites want to live forever. They're interfering with the natural evolution of the human body and mind body, and they're trying to distribute it to history. It goes back to 1900 of the Freemasons started up. Population control, totally. 1763 began, and it goes into the history. 13 bloodline families began all this throughout their descendants, throughout their gene, in history, into marriages, the occult, and all their testing for all back in history. This archive page, all of it links over now. Because I have all the time my computer, and unfortunately, let's just see if I can find that. AI link brain. Focusing on target subject or gaslight innovate, but not the actual real reason for it all. And the whole of humanity. So I've got to find that video. Okay, might not be able to find it because I'm the worst at, right? No, I don't think it's on this channel. Right, I'm going to switch over. Enjoy life as you know it while we know it. Enjoy what you can while you can, because this bloody is unbelievable. Sadly, it really is. And for those that are waking up and suddenly realise, you know, there are a lot of people doing that. They're being targeted. They want to shut them up. They want to get rid of them out of sight, sound and mind, so to speak. Here we go. Right, family. Here we go. This is how Nero Link works. The chip in your brain. The robots turning man into transhumanism is robotic. Yeah, the hacking my computer. Right, here we go. Not going to play up, I'm just going to show where you can look at it. Someone. Call me nappy targeted individual. You see, watch your sign and hacked. Main internet as well. Houses as like any individuals. So, where is it? Let me just find the video I just had. Like I said, Interesting. So, wires in your skull with tiny wires, the Nero Link startup LMI at their brain computer interface for realization of the future. You might be able to download your brain to a computer. Yeah? What about your body? What's going to happen to that? And then Martha's demonstrating the chip. Really? This is that it's not going on in the world. And all your memories, everything, all your natural body, your memories. See, somebody's already made it clear. It means hackers can hack in someone's brain and can harm someone. And look, and also don't forget that they can track you down from wherever they want, and they're doing it, testing that on target individuals now. Only those linked to the cult and the if you go back to the Book of Enoch and the fallen angels and the DNA mixing, you want to really research that. Look at the Great Reset, Fourth Industrial Revolution, but detailing all that and how putting chips in people's brains will allow people's thoughts to be read and implement of the that's it. Someone's put correctly 10 months ago on this item here. Minority Report. That's a movie for pre-crime. Okay. It's not something of great, and I have sent links to some to warning for the sake of my own, his own daughter, basically, to warn him about all this. And to all those living off grid in the world that's able to get off grid and already don't use ground bunkers they've been building for years. The likes of Bill Cooper for years in the late 90s has been warning certain powers that be. The futurology, the world in 2050, half man, half robot. And this is amazing where it's all come to now. I won't play it. Too well. How artificial intelligence is changing society. This is all about profit for corporations. But you can see I'm being hacked, so I'm not going to share it. They channel the world in 2050 as well, so let me just go back here. And that's it. Just be aware. End of stream. Well, before I end, let me just check because stop screen sharing.
Oh, hello. You must be a real boy. I'm here to help.
was probably under some type of police operation. Like they was having those Operation Sand Fires and all that bullshit. How many junkies they could get to kill themselves before 2025. So somebody just died. Like fucking everybody. This motherfucker, it was the dude that was always showing his ashy ass. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys remember it, that's can't start walk by ass nigga like heroin addicts and shit. So they don't it's heroin that happens, especially when they got the means to get that shit. All they have to do is tell them drop the fucking pants and go guns. Especially when you got that type of sickness. Find that type of sickness. It's fucking business on the country. So that shit. Um, the police are always there, the good old boys. They're always there, fucking standing around, fucking a crowd. Crowd talking about this shit. Who fucking, Nero Link been around. They start fucking talking their gaslight like they really fucking or something. They're out here creating all this bullshit. And I knew that, like, I didn't so much think they were creating it the way that they are. I mean, I know they do front people and set people up sometimes. Even the trap people, the level that they get targeted and become, and being aware, like, me being aware.
This is a future, and this is what also you're seeing in generally with the petrol prices and all this scaremongering. Right, I'll show you that video link. Screen share this. Not this. Everything. That's why they have to have a certain you-know-what in the body. That's why they have to test certain things of the body currently going on in the world, shall we say. Right, let's find that video. Right, this is a channel. It's called Futurology, the World in 2050. They claim amazing technology, the artificial intelligence. The policies in my area in England is already talking about Agenda 2030. The time-lapse of the future, technology 2022. And then also you've got, it's like a sci-fi movie. Right, and then also you got Endgame 2050. It's excellent information. You got so many people talking about their technology experiences and putting it into fruition, for ordinary people to watch and comprehend, the end game of humanity, of human life. Okay. Now subscribe to this. When Elon Musk to SpaceX sent the first space, my son was always interested in space years ago. But this is what target individuals are being tested for. Quantum computers, supercomputers. A lot of the supercomputers already are stored over in Utah in America. Yeah. Why do you think they're sort of like looking at testing the consciousness, subconsciousness, the brain interface, the computer, the original, and you've even got vehicles of the future. I'm nothing against technology, but interfering your body and transforming it, the transhumanism, because they want you to forever, and they're promoting it as something wonderful. Do you really want to live forever? So this is where they're destroying Christianity, their religion, one world order, one world religion, etc., etc. The bigger Enoch. You really want to look into that. How the demonic fallen angels, they want a slave race. How can they do that? By controlling every part, every inch and every part of the individual. So transformation, transhumanism, control the body. And yeah, they have to create something of such a magnitude worldwide to bring all this in. And there you go. So for now, I'm signing out. Oh, before I do, let's just check on something. I'm stop screen sharing. Finally, it is all the anyway. So I'm going to say right now, because I've had enough of this. This is a demonic life where they either tip you over the edge with their psychological tactics with the MK Ultra to monitor your brain reflexes. So people don't realise why they're doing this to not just me, but loads of other people in the world. And they don't know how long they've been doing this for to test on their research. I did never consent to be put on the experimental list for no corporation anywhere, let alone the setups. Right, let's listen to Nappyhead Roots, who is streaming in a car. He's made homeless and he's in America. He's still alive.
Automatically, it puts my focus on the police. That's what, and like literally, I just sit back and everything fucking comes together, man. All this shit is fucking, it just comes together, man. And the programming, the system. I mean, we're already programmed. Like we're running on a program system and shit. Like we're already fucking programmed. But the systems and the programming, like there's so many different. There's a lot. If you know what's going on, and like to the person who knows what programming is and how it works, and triggers and all this shit, like you can see it almost like coming. I guess it's like it's almost like you have the code unlocked. Like the people who call us conspiracy theorists and shit, and all this shit, and all this shit, like they can't see fucking all the corruption and shit. Like everything's just fucking normal. They, they were like me at once. Like they know the police they do bad things, like shoot people with unarmed people, but that's as far as like bad things. Like that's as far as like they can't see past that. They can't see a police officer setting somebody up or killing somebody. Like that's movie shit to them. Like it was over. it's fucking crazy because this shit is fucking movie shit to these people. Like they would never in a million years believe anything. Like, and I pay attention to that shit. I pay attention to that shit. Like, and it's like it's so dramatic. You know, I know it's kind of cliche is what we're going through. It's like the movie Matrix.
I just
Like, or like, I feel like being focused on him and also knowing the shit. Just, you know, I'm paying attention to him and like the universe is fucking. And I'm not talking about something.
I know this is computer's badly hacked because somebody listening to his chat. He's in America and he is not hacked. There's people in his chat, so you've also got a program in there to reboot my internet. This is how it's broke. It powers up VR.
I was almost, sometimes I always fucking.
So Nero Link.
There was a point to where like I actually felt like, I was, even after he fucking violated me for living above my means, and that's the thing, man. Like, I be trying to get people to fucking get it, and I gotta, once people cross you, like, you gotta fucking just not fucking give them the benefit of the doubt no more. Like, you can't, like, they'll do it again, man. They'll fucking do it again, man. And if you let them do it, they'll do it again, man. But saying all that to say, there was times after
It's interesting that I have so much attention, not the powers that be, to want to monitor everything I do 24 hours a day, up past 8 in the evening, UK time.
And I was working for Coca-Cola. I was working for fucking Coca-Cola, and he thought I got this TV.
Not coming. Where'd you see powers that be? Get this website.
Saying all that to say, like, there were times where, like, I'd be on the run and shit, and I'd be like, damn, man, I should just fucking tough it out, man. Maybe he was trying to help me. Like, maybe, I tried to make excuses for it, man, but, the fact of the matter is, man, like, that's their job, man. If they didn't have people violating, like, this thing, dude might not have got no violations that much, or one violation, and they told him like, hey, man.
So we got the 3D printing now.
You're not violating enough people. So this motherfucker, they press her to go on a tear and start fucking violating people. Like, that's their fucking job. It's to violate. They don't violate you, they don't have a job. So all that, knowing that,
they're looking for once you join a company like this, you have to sign away your life. Looking for engineers in AI in California. Clean room of equipment, technician, engineers, California. It's amazing how it's in California. Electrician, engineer of implant. Infrastructure development engineer in Texas. Mechanical engineers. Keep up your demonic sirens, you demonic devils. Doesn't touch me. Mechanical engineering implant test systems. What if it all malfunctions? What if you sign up to have the implant goes wrong? Who's going to be liable for the damage of the brain? software engineer, data engineering, the testing on animals now. Look, licensed vegetarian technician, the software BMI. The analyst, that's what they do, target individuals that analyse your data, feedback supercomputer, analyse it. Quantum computers, you say. Clinical trials, so they want they want a test subject, do they? What they're testing on. California. They're already testing their technology on individuals worldwide. Robotic. California. These jobs. USA. Facilities. Maintenance. Again, same. And Texas. California and Texas. General. So you have to have specific training and some skills behind all this, and perhaps at a certain age, without any morals or standing. You need to be a robotic mindset, a futuristic mindset. Oh look, I did biology at school. So you've got jobs in biology, lab managers. So you want to take a part of the brain, do they? Look, people ops, surgery manager, recruitment, Texas and California. Oh right, so here's the one. Stock plan administrator, stock plan. Oh my goodness me. Help the departments, look. Implant and robotics. Does the robotics gonna do the implants? How much more income does he need to make? And this is really is, and then this is the website, the Nero Link 2020. We'll just check. Oh, you can't see it. Screen share. So this is the ultimate, and this is why they use all this on target individuals worldwide. The gaslighting, the targeting, the setup is all to do with monitoring the brain responses for this, the future. And who put someone on a list to be on a program? Who the heck, you know? And I wouldn't worry about all focus on what they're doing now. Demonic. So when you dig up the history of Elon Musk, his mother, her female line genealogy, and you will find, and be prepared because that's meant to be also a satellite. Everything. They have to put something in the body first to connect to 5G for the body. As a certain in this couple of documents, the applications, as one. Transhumanism. So they're going to get. This is why this worldwide economic research is also to get rid of digital pills. You know, this document of 30-odd pages, it details everything, and I mean everything. And first to send it. That's why they're collapsing in England, the NHS England Limited Company. And so you're looking at the men, the women, You know, this is why they want to, doesn't matter what sex you are, because you have the artificial parts of the body anyway. It is like the Fifth Element movie. If anyone wants to go and watch that Fifth Element and look at, it's a sci-fi movie, Bruce Willis in it, and you see you'll see that at first you think it's a great movie, then look at the technology used. So what this article is describing, I recognise from the movie. There's quite a few futuristic movies, and even babies. So they want you to get used to tax, so they want you to get used to military driving the petrol tanks or supplies of food. They've got to create the crisis to bring all this in. But all this to ordinary everyday people employed maybe think, oh, it's a great idea, all this new tech. What about the jobs then? The jobs will be to monitor the data, okay? And to see how they can sell your data on the dark web, maybe. What about the innocent children? Do you want to turn them into bloody well robotics? I mean, do you want to disassociate? You know, this is where the NK Ultra comes in. Associate the brain. You know, test that technique out. So, future, you know, separate children and get that young age from the families, the parents, you know, and the development, you know, they want to create the memories and the artificial memories and then upload to a supercomputer using major, all these patterns and technology originally from 1950s I found with the brain implants originally, the original ones, was developed and in that period. So this is nothing new. This is in the public domain. So you think what the future is, what they're not got, you know, to inform the public in the public domain, which they're obviously aware. So Nero energy. So what they're creating is a human avatar. So it won't be a human body. If you don't know what the Avatar movie was really about, the human avatar of the reality and the tactics of the globalist elites. Yeah? Immortality, the ultimate. This is, there's a website link in this description. At first, you think great, so it showed you a picture of a man from a military background. He's in a wheelchair, but once he's in the machine, he turns into a body like that. And it has a hidden meaning. So DARPA, yeah, Advanced Research Project Agency. This is a really good explanation. And there's a website, experimentvaccines.org, I think it's called. You can find this on transhumanism agenda. I found the page. So the intent of the body is to hack your DNA. Mm? So who is the RAND Corporation? Everyday things you have to still focus on. Thinking that controls America. Always happening to me, so anyway. So you think the internet came out of Silicon Valley? Nope. And then NASA planned the first satellite to orbit the Earth. And that was the IBM. IBM created the modern computer. Think again. Each of these breakthroughs were conceived at RAND, a shadowy think tank of Santa Monica, California. You can think trained at Elon Musk. So Iran rose out of the ashes of the World War II after witnessing the success of the Manhattan Project. $2 billion and the initiative that created the first atom bomb. A five-star Air Force general named Harry Arnold, I think, pictured above, and the America needed a team of great minds to keep the country's technology ahead of the rest. 1947, he gathered together a small group of scientists, 10 million in funding, and started RAND, Research and Development Company. He even convinced a family friend, an aircraft migrant, Donald Douglas, to house the project at his factory in San Diego, California. I think I pronounced it right. After a few months, RAND got the attention of the academics, politicians, and military by using a study called Primary Design of the Experimental World Circulating Spaceship. At the time, rocket science was still in the infancy. RAND called for an orbiting space station. Not only did the think tank and the kind of fuel the spaceship would need and how quickly it could be built, and outlined how the station could predict the weather, transform long-distance communications, and most importantly, intimidate all the other rivals, and put a satellite in space. What else was capable of? Although President Truman passed on the space station, the military fell in love with RAND, though perhaps connections, the Air Force quickly became the think tank's main contractor, began consulting on everything. So it just lists what they're doing. Oh yeah, and they bragged about its intellectual genealogy, tracking direct line from its president Frank Colbenin to Isaac Newton. Whether or not that claim was true, the Institute secured a reputation as a place to dream up new ways to wage wars and keep enemies away. And it goes into the 1960s, the history of the sovereign USSR. And it goes in reference around the Academy of Science and Death Destruction. The American outfits prefer to call them the Wizard of the War Games. Oh my gosh. I'll leave it there for us.
He's on the sidewalk and he's walking down the street, like the people's backyards are on the side of it. And people, the voice is so motherfuckers who whispering. So, you know, he was tripping and shit. He said It's not funny, man, because no one should have to go through this shit, man. You know, you say he was tripping this shit, like he was, hopping at over fucking people's gates and shit. Like some people that were in the gates and shit, like he was challenging them. Like it had like it was bad. He was pissed off and shit. Like the shit they were saying, and he kind of knew it wasn't the people he was flashing on, but because that just sounded so close and shit. But like, at that point, he just didn't know what to do, man. That Nero Link shit, that brain to brain, that voice to skull, all that shit, man. Like, that's making literally a fucking remote control unit. Eventually, like I know, like eventually, like that type of targeting right there would make me kill. Just because I would, waking up every day to this, it's not too much physical other than, the over stressing things, the overthinking things, but that's it's different than that type of shit right there. And then there's no getting away from it. You can't get away from it, and you can get away from it, but you only get away from it when they say, and just the scenarios that they do play the rock and roll. Like some people say they play rock and roll like heavy fucking metal in their head all night where they can't go to sleep. That type of shit. Then, I love life and I want to live. But if it ever comes to that type of shit, then I would rather die and be at peace than to live that type of shit. And I'm not no suicidal person. I'm not none of that. Again, I love life. And, it's selfish, for a person to take their life, man. When so many people would fucking die and wanted to fucking live. But I do understand that, nobody just wakes up and is selfish like that and says, I want to kill myself in situations in life that fucking, in a regular world, in a regular fucking world, if you're contemplating suicide, you're probably gonna get some help. But as a TI, man, you're not. The only hope you're gonna get is from other TIs. Like there's no fucking help. And you can't get out of something. I guess I'm saying what to say. You can't rehabilitate. You can't heal. You can't get away from anything that's gonna happen.
The jurors are behind all this in history takes, so back to that article.
Things like being targeted like this, you have a certain amount of control. Like, if someone comes around right now and starts targeting me, I have the choice to get up and leave, or I can, just deal with their fucking bullshit. Because it kind of, even though it's taking them,
It's not just about gaslighting or targeting, this is more in depth. The radical corporation of the American empire explains why Throughout history, Iran has been at the heart of the intervening of the Pentagon and the financial goes into more detail about President Eisenhower aimed to call the military-industrial complex. Iran has literally reshaped the modern world. It's all internet. What is the Internet of Bodies? Now, Iran defines it as the OILOB as a growing industry of devices that monitor the human body, connect the health and their personal information, and transmit that data over the internet. That's why they need you-know-what inside the body. In order to qualify for the LOB device, the technology must contain software of computing capabilities. Why do they think they need you-know-what worldwide in the body being offered? Be able to communicate with internet-connected device or network, which will be 5G and eventually 6G. The IOB device must be satisfying one or both of the following: connect the individual's generated health or biometric data, this is where it's all crypto as well, the monetary system's all connected, to be able to alter the human body's functions. The technology that Hollywood has presented over the years in their sci-fi fantasy movies is now reality. In the very future, the technographic, I can't pronounce that, overlaws of science, health, finance, big tech, design humanity to go from wearable devices to devices embedded in their bodies, in our bodies. How OOB intersects with IoT. Here you go. This is why they're pushing all this smart technology. IoT devices such as smart meters, smart watches, virtual assistants, self-driving cars. This is why they're putting the petrol crisis going on, because they want to introduce all this technology. Connect directly to the internet through a local network. What do you think that is? The IoT devices becomes more commonplace. Experts predict that acceptance of and desire for IoT devices will also increase. Who's going to make profit from all this? Controlling everything. The RAND report predicts by 2025 there will be more than 41 billion active IoT devices, generating, and get this, 2.1 trillion bytes of data daily on environment, transportation, geological relations, i.e. geolocation, diet, exercise, biometrics, social interactions, everyday human lives. This explosion in IoT devices will result in the future popularity of 1OB devices. Why do you think there's depopulation of disabled allegedly and elderly allegedly? Because they need fit and healthy people for this to be slaves for the globalist elites. And this is what I said about the diagram there. And that's just an image. I can't go into it all. It's quite a lot of pages to go through. There's this document. How invasive the IOB technology can become. By the time it's fully unleashed, no part of the human body will escape its interface. And that's what the target program's all about. Yeah? Absolutely without consent, testing, research. In my software, I've got endless account of hacking corporations into my main network. Why? And then hacking into, using technology, using brain interface, using, like, people might think it's tinnitus, but it's not. It's a frequency space. It's unconsensual. I didn't sign up for this. So they make up falsified reports about individuals and put them into a program. They can feel mortified. So you've got the ground level demonic entities out there on the ground level doing so much, but then they have to monitor your responses for the brain research, supercomputer fed back for research purposes for this future. Yeah, I wonder how many others don't realise they're targeted and the technology these on the brains as well. So yeah, so to monitor everything as well as your waste, body waste, using the BioBot technology to determine what we eat, what drugs we may take, and analyse genetic material. Here are just a few examples. The contact lenses, the brain reading and writing devices, the body implant sensors, clothing with sensors, implantable microchips. So it goes into that. Mental and emotional sensors, artificial pancreas, a Bluetooth connected diaper for children, for babies. Not even babies will be able to escape this nightmare, where every body function is constantly tracked and monitored. So it puts 1984, George Orwell, the pen author of the book, the movie, completely out of the picture, because this is taken over tenfold from his Orwellian state control. Where does all this advanced technology come from? You can't just suddenly learn this advanced technology just like that. I'll go back to the religion side of it. Fallen Angels, Book of Enoch. Yeah? So it goes through the adoption of technology advancement. Humans are consenting to allow technocrats to dictate every facet of life. Soon doctors will be able to know if you're taking your prescribed medication appropriately, and will have tools to report you if you aren't. Digital pills will be used to record your medical compliance, as a RAND report signals. 2017, the FDA approved the first digital pill. Oh, I remember being set up beginning of March 2017, but it didn't work, did it? Powers that be, you know exactly what's going on. It goes to the specific name of the tablet with the ingestible sensor in that tablet, embedded into that pill, that records that medication was taken. So here we go again. The project is approved for the treatment of people with the assumption that they might have schizophrenia. Well, no, not when you know the brain implant corrects that. The acute treatment of manic and mixed episodes. And here they go again with polar or disorder. Why do you think they gaslight people to send them psychologically disturbed? Maybe. And end up with labels by the system so they can test their drugs on them like this, maybe. Could be. This system works by sending a message from the pill sensor to a wearable patch. The patch transmits the information to a mobile application so that individuals can track the ingestion of the medication on their smartphone. So, I did wonder why they were giving out free phones, smart mini phones, to the homeless people in my area since 2020. Individuals can also permit their caregivers and physicians to access information through a web-based portal, I should say. needs advanced technologies for peak usefulness. And here we go. IOB. If you're wondering what will power all this forthcoming technology, 5G, next generation Wi-Fi, satellite internet. The advanced systems increases data, and don't forget the frequencies extremely very powerful. Speeds and offer extra latency, so there's audio visual outputs on Zoom calls will be regulated to the dustbin of history. Combine these systems will provide the power and resource necessary to create control surveillance grid and can be monitored in real time. RAND confirms the proposal is illustrating the advancements will enable consumer IoT technologies as smart home systems to connect to the IoB devices, so that, for example, one smart thermostat in your home linked to your smart clothing automatically will regulate your body temperature and the temperature in your home. Greater technology and widespread packing of IoB in smartphones applications. Oh my gosh. Some of which might collect data unknowingly to the user will increase the digital tracking of users across a range of behaviours. And then we come to the 6G subject. 5G is widely being rolled out in the US and parts of the globe. Plans are already being made for the implementation of 6G. The author, Thomas S. Rapport of 6G technology, will usher in the ability to send wireless signals at a rate of a human combination, and could mean that human intelligence could eventually be sent over the air in, experts predict 6G will widely available by 2030. What do you think that frequency is going to do to the human body? The nano BIO technology is being used to manipulate cells of the body and interconnect the human bodies to the internet. Scientists, researchers, and tech, individuals are implying to play God by regenerating our cell structures and causing them to communicate with the IoB devices. According to an article in the New Medical, nanotechnology has enabled several types of next generation, the B word, such as the and it goes into that. Add another image. So you got the internet, the public health provider, the bio-cyber interface. It gives you the bio-nano things, networks to the internet, and then monitor the hormones, circular signaling, the bacteria. Oh my gosh. The future research is a PDF image source. I'm just going to check my just hacked in again. No, okay, I'll go back to where I was. Can't find it. Where was I? To close that. So this is how old is this? So You've got the link to biological immortality in you and beyond. Yeah, this is where I originally found the item on this page. A transhumanism. The cyborg. Cyborg brain machine interface is now reality. This Elon Musk and Nero Link to achieve the stimulus with machines. Goes into Spanish explanation as well, not just English languages. You've got the humans are the experiments. Futuristic claim technology causing humans to evolve into a new species. Can you believe that? That was in English, there you go. 2016 article, futuristic claim technology causing this. Hope you're not eating your dinner. So the year is 2050, and it's not so far away. By then, many have been replaced by, it describes as type of cyborg really, a blend of human and computers. In technology causing us to evolve into a new species. Experts believe superhumans called Homo optimize, I think it's called, will talk to machines and be digitally immortal by 2050. Futuristic Dr. Ian Person has predicted how humans will evolve by 2050. He claims transhumanism will be normal and create the HOMO autonomous species. And the new species will be a mix of human and computer with super senses. We could also turn our pets into talking real-life Furbies. My gosh. If you are under the age of 40, there is good chances you will achieve electro-immortality during your lifetime. This is the idea that all of your thoughts and experiences will be uploaded and stored online for future generations. That's according to futurologists who not only believe technology will let humans merge with computers, that this will create the eventuality of new species, and it quotes again the name. And he claims it will occur as soon as 2050. Predictions were made by Dr. Ian Person soon as part of the lead up to the Big Bang Fair 2016. He believes that within the next 35 years humans will live online, and our pets could even talk to us like real life. Would also claim transhumanism, the idea we can make people technology better. Gives you a picture. Wireless brain-to-brain interface interaction. Perfect placement of the teeth. Close-up of, oh my goodness me, look at that. As humans embrace technology advances, they're going to get rid of human history. We may turn into fairies to explore space. You ever seen that film Transcendent? There's a brain implant. Have you not bothered? Up to you. So there I have it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. So this is a war, 100% a battlefield of mankind, on Earth, 100%. This is unbelievable by just pure research, and it's not just about gaslighting, targeting. They've completely taken over my main internet and then everything. And they really don't want you to know the ins and outs, what's installed. So, I survived this long to be able to show you this information when you can get be. If you're absolutely a part of all of this, and you are not being honest to the public domain, why they need certain, you know what, offer, because you're afraid of the backlash, of that the waking spiritual beings will wake up. You see, alternative social media is talking about it. I'm going to mute